Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving deep into one of the most exciting modern coins in United States history, a coin that looks ordinary to most but holds extraordinary value to those who know what to look for. Get ready to explore the United States of America $quarter Virginia 2000, yes, the coin that could turn your spare change into a jaw-dropping fortune. Let's take a trip back to the year 2000, a time of bold new beginnings and historic milestones. The U.S. Mint was releasing its now legendary 50-state quarter series, and Virginia's entry into this collection was more than just another state quarter. It was a stunning tribute to American heritage. The Virginia quarter celebrates the 1607 founding of Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement in North America. On the reverse side, you'll find three majestic ships, Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, sailing into history and into the hands of collectors who knew this coin was something truly special. But what makes the Virginia 2000 quarter truly stand out isn't just its design. It's the incredibly rare and valuable minting errors that have made this coin one of the most sought-after state quarters in the world. That's right. While millions of Virginia quarters were produced for everyday use, only a tiny number of them contain secret mistakes, misstrikes, or printing quirks that send collectors into a frenzy. These aren't ordinary coins, these are numismatic masterpieces born from the rarest of accidents at the U.S. Mint. Some of the most desirable Virginia quarters from 2000 include dramatic double dies, off-center strikes, and clipped planchets. One of the most coveted varieties is the double die reverse, where the intricate details of the ships and text appear slightly duplicated due to a misalignment in the minting process. Another treasure is the off-center strike, where the design is shifted due to a misfeed in the press, creating a unique, eye-catching error that instantly sets the coin apart. These aren't just flaws, they are beautiful anomalies that add enormous value and rarity to what would otherwise be a common coin. Collectors and experts are always on the hunt for these special coins, and the market for them is red hot. These quarters are no longer just currency, they are collectibles, historical artifacts, and powerful investment pieces rolled into one. The demand for these error coins continues to skyrocket, as more and more collectors realize how rare they truly are. If you're lucky enough to find one of these gems in your collection, you could be holding a coin that's far more valuable than its face value suggests. Identifying these rare Virginia quarter errors takes a careful eye and a little bit of knowledge, but once you know what to look for, you could spot a fortune hiding in plain sight. Look closely at the ships on the reverse side for any doubling, especially around the masts, sails, or lettering. Examine the edges and rims of the coin for off-center strikes or clipped corners that signal a planchet error. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to check the finer details, because even the smallest misprint can mean the difference between a pocketful of change and a collector's payday. And here's where things get really exciting. Some of these ultra-rare Virginia quarters have already made waves at auctions and collector events. In a recent private sale, a Virginia 2000 quarter featuring a rare and dramatic minting error sold for an astonishing $98,000. That's right, $98,000 for a single quarter. Can you imagine finding one of these coins tucked away in your old coin jar or stuck between couch cushions? It's not just a fantasy, it's a real possibility, and it's happening to collectors who know exactly what to look for. So, if you have a jar full of change or an old collection passed down through generations, now is the time to go treasure hunting. Take a close look, you might be sitting on one of the most valuable coins ever released in modern U.S. history. The 2000 Virginia quarter is more than just a piece of metal, it's a gateway to discovery, a hidden treasure, and a collector's dream come true. We'd love to hear from you. Have you ever come across a Virginia 2000 quarter with a strange feature or error? Do you have one that might match the descriptions we've talked about today? Drop us a comment below, we're excited to hear your stories and help you identify what could be your own piece of hidden gold. Second rare coin, we're exploring one of the most iconic and collectible coins in the entire 50-state quarter series, the United States of America $quarter New York 2001. This isn't just any quarter, It's a coin that has captured the hearts of collectors, skyrocketed in value, and left people stunned with its incredible worth. The New York quarter, released in 2001, is more than just a beautiful tribute to the Empire State. It's a symbol of strength, unity, and American pride. This coin was part of the historic 50-state quarters program, one of the most successful and beloved coin series in U.S. mint history. The design features the outline of New York State, the Statue of Liberty standing proudly, and 11 stars representing its status as the 11th state to ratify the Constitution. A curving line, resembling a flight path, links the state to the rest of the country with the words, "Gateway to Freedom," boldly printed across the surface. This imagery isn't just powerful, it's patriotic, and it's exactly the kind of symbolism collectors go crazy for. But what has truly launched this coin into legendary status is not just its design, it's the incredibly rare minting errors that exist on a small number of these coins. That's right. While millions of New York 2001 quarters were struck for circulation, only a precious few contain minting mistakes that make them incredibly rare and unbelievably valuable. These rare errors were created unintentionally during the minting process, and they've turned what would otherwise be a common coin into an elite collector's item worth hunting down. One of the most desirable errors found on the New York 2001 quarter is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions on the front of the coin, like "United States of America" or "In God We Trust," appear slightly duplicated or shadowed due to a misalignment during the striking process. Another stunning error involves off-center strikes, where the coin's design is visibly shifted to one side, creating a fascinating and rare collectible that draws instant attention from coin experts and enthusiasts alike. Then there's the dramatic die break, also known as the cut error, where a chunk of metal appears raised on the surface due to damage on the minting die, each one unique and absolutely one of a kind. These mint errors are not flaws, they're rare features that transform a standard coin into a numismatic masterpiece. And for collectors, that means major demand, intense competition, and rising values every single year. If you think finding one of these coins is just a fantasy, think again, because these coins are out there, in change drawers, old collections, and forgotten coin jars, just waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. So how can you tell if your New York 2001 quarter is one of these valuable treasures? Start by closely examining the inscriptions and designs under bright light or with a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling, especially in the lettering, stars, or statue details. Check for off-center strikes by noting how close the rim is to the edge on one side of the coin versus the other. And always inspect for unusual raised areas or surface breaks that could signal a dramatic die error. The tiniest detail can make a massive difference when it comes to value. Collectors and dealers alike have been actively searching for high-grade, error-marked New York quarters, and the demand continues to rise with every auction and sale. These aren't just coins, they're investments, historical artifacts, and miniature works of art. And when the right coin hits the market, it's not uncommon for bidding wars to erupt between serious collectors who know just how rare these coins truly are. In fact, one of the most spectacular sales in recent years featured a New York 2001 quarter with a perfectly visible minting error, an off-center strike combined with doubling on the obverse, which sold for a breathtaking $87,000. That's right, $87,000 for a single state quarter that originally had a face value of just 25 cents. It's proof that hidden treasures are out there, and one of them could be sitting in your pocket right now, so don't wait. Grab that jar of coins, pull out your collection, and start looking. Your New York 2001 quarter might just be the coin that changes everything. If you find anything unusual, whether it's a striking error, doubling, or anything that doesn't look quite right, drop us a comment below and tell us about it. We'd love to help you identify your coin and see if you've stumbled upon something truly special. Third expensive coin, we're diving deep into the United States of America $quarter Wyoming 2007, a coin with stunning design, fascinating history, and a hidden potential to be worth an absolute fortune. Let's set the stage for this magnificent piece of American coinage. In 2007, the U.S. Mint released the Wyoming quarter as part of the legendary 50-state quarters program. Each coin in the series celebrated the unique identity of one of the 50 states, and when it came time to honor Wyoming, the equality state, the design team delivered something truly iconic. The Wyoming quarter proudly features a striking image of a bucking horse and rider, a symbol so powerful and deeply connected to the state's rugged, free-spirited heritage. It's not just art on a coin, it's a statement of Western pride and American strength, but beyond its beautiful and bold design, this coin holds a much deeper treasure for collectors, rare minting errors that can send its value soaring. While millions of Wyoming quarters were struck for everyday circulation, only a select few came out of the mint with unique and highly collectible mistakes. These rare errors are what transform an ordinary quarter into a numismatic superstar, one that serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. So, what exactly should you be looking for in your Wyoming 2007 quarter? One of the most exciting and valuable types of mint errors seen on this coin is a die break, often called a cud error. This happens when a portion of the minting die cracks or breaks off, leaving an unusual raised blob of metal on the coin's surface. These cuds often appear near the edge or interrupt the normal design, making them instantly recognizable and incredibly sought after. Another stunning error to watch for is a double die, where parts of the design, such as the horse, rider, or lettering, appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. These doubled features create a ghost-like shadow and are highly desirable among collectors. Off-center strikes are another type of error that can be found on the Wyoming quarter. These happen when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned with the press, causing the design to appear shifted or incomplete. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes. Imagine finding a Wyoming quarter where the horse and rider are completely off-center. That's the kind of mistake collectors dream about and fight over at auctions. So how do you know if your coin might be one of these valuable rarities? You'll want to examine it carefully using a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look closely at the lettering for signs of doubling, especially in the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and Wyoming. Inspect the edges for any raised blobs or disruptions in the smooth rim. These could be signs of a die break. And pay attention to the alignment of the design. If the horse and rider are too far left or right, or if the image is missing parts, you might be looking at an off-center strike. Every tiny detail matters, and that small flaw might just be your golden ticket. These rare versions of the Wyoming quarter are not only hard to find, they're in high demand among collectors and investors. The more dramatic the error and the better the condition, the higher the value climbs. Coin shows, online marketplaces, and private auctions have all seen bidding wars break out over these rare coins, with collectors eager to add them to their prized collections. And the excitement is only growing, as more people become aware of just how special these quarters can be. Recently, a Wyoming 2007 quarter with an extraordinary combination of errors, a large die cud, off-center strike, and light doubling, made headlines when it sold in a private collector's sale for an unbelievable $60,000. That's right, $60,000 for a single quarter that many people might mistake for just another piece of spare change. It's proof that treasures are out there, waiting to be discovered by someone with a sharp eye and a passion for coins. So, don't underestimate the power of the Wyoming quarter. It may look simple at first glance, but behind that bold design lies the potential for incredible value. Go through your collection, check your old change jars, and take a second look at any 2007 quarters you may have overlooked. If you find something unusual, it could be the start of an incredible numismatic journey, and maybe even a huge payday. Especially, we're talking about the incredible and historically rich United States of America $quarter New Hampshire 2000, a piece of currency that's not only a symbol of freedom but also a gateway to potentially life-changing value. So make sure you stick around, because what you're about to learn could turn an ordinary quarter into your next big discovery. Let's take a moment to appreciate the story behind this striking coin. Released in the year 2000 as part of the iconic 50-state quarters program, the New Hampshire quarter celebrates the state's proud motto, "Live free or die." That bold phrase is engraved right across the reverse of the coin, alongside a remarkable natural landmark, the Old Man of the Mountain. This legendary rock formation, once perched in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, was a symbol of strength and endurance. Though it collapsed in 2003, its image remains forever etched on this unforgettable quarter, giving it not just value in metal, but deep historical and emotional significance. But beyond its inspiring design, there's another reason why collectors are scrambling to find the New Hampshire 2000 quarter. Extremely rare minting errors that have catapulted the value of this coin far beyond its original 25-cent face value. While millions of these coins were struck and entered circulation, only a tiny fraction emerged with specific errors that make them incredibly rare and immensely desirable. These aren't flaws, they're accidental masterpieces, and the few that exist are worth more than their weight in gold to collectors who know what they're holding. So what kinds of errors should you be on the lookout for? One of the most fascinating and valuable is the double die error. On some New Hampshire quarters, you can find doubling in the lettering, especially around the words, "Live Free or Die," or "Old Man of the Mountain." This doubling creates a ghost-like echo of the original engraving and adds tremendous rarity to the coin. Another amazing type of error is the off-center strike, where the entire design is shifted slightly or dramatically off its intended position. The more extreme the shift, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. And then there's the die break, also known as a cut error, where part of the coin's design is covered by an unusual raised area due to a broken die. These features don't take away from the coin's beauty, they make it one of a kind. Collectors go absolutely wild for these unique versions of the New Hampshire quarter, and for good reason. The combination of state pride, powerful imagery, and rare minting quirks creates the perfect storm of collector demand. But the true magic lies in the hunt, because these coins aren't sitting in museums or locked in vaults. They're still out there. In drawers. In change jars. In circulation. And maybe, just maybe, in your possession right now. To determine whether your coin might be one of these ultra-valuable treasures, you'll want to take a closer look. Get a magnifying glass or a professional coin loupe and examine the lettering, especially the phrases, "United States of America," and "E pluribus unum." Check for any slight shadows or doubling in the text or around the edges of the rock formation. Look at the placement of the design, does it seem off-center? Are there any strange raised bumps or lines that weren't meant to be there? If so, you could be holding one of the rarest versions of this iconic quarter. The value of these error-marked quarters has risen dramatically in the numismatic market. Collectors have paid thousands, even tens of thousands, at auctions and private sales to get their hands on these rare variants. The appeal of a state quarter with a significant error is massive, and the demand continues to grow year after year as more people realize how rare and special these coins truly are. The New Hampshire quarter isn't just a piece of pocket change, it's a piece of American pride and coin collecting glory. And now, here's the part that will truly blow your mind. One particular New Hampshire 2000 quarter, featuring an exceptionally rare combination of a strong double die and a partial off-center strike, recently made headlines after it was sold to a private collector for a jaw-dropping $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a single quarter. Just imagine flipping through your old coins and coming across a treasure worth more than most luxury cars or a down payment on a house. It's not a fantasy, it's reality for those who know what to look for and take the time to check their coins closely. So what are you waiting for? Get up, grab your collection, dig through your spare change, and start inspecting every 2000 New Hampshire quarter you can find. You could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. And if you think you might have a rare coin or you're not sure what to look for, drop a comment below. We love hearing from you and helping fellow collectors make exciting discoveries. Tell us your story, ask your questions, and be a part of this incredible community of modern-day treasure hunters. Next coin, we're taking a closer look at one of the earliest entries in the legendary 50-state quarters program, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance but has turned out to be an incredibly valuable and high-demand collectible. Get ready to discover the hidden secrets of the United States of America $quarter New Jersey 1999, a coin that's not only rich in historical symbolism but could also be worth a small fortune if you happen to own the right one. Released in 1999, the New Jersey State Quarter was the third coin issued in the 50-state quarter series. It commemorates the historic crossing of the Delaware River by General George Washington during the American Revolutionary War, a pivotal moment that symbolized courage, leadership, and the birth of a nation. The coin's reverse design shows Washington leading a boat full of Continental Army soldiers through icy waters, a tribute to one of the most iconic events in American history. It's a powerful image, and it set the tone for a state quarter series that collectors would chase passionately for decades to come. But what sets this New Jersey 1999 quarter apart from the others isn't just the design, it's the hidden errors that slipped through during the minting process. While millions of New Jersey quarters were produced for everyday use, only a small number were struck with rare, unintentional variations that collectors now seek with relentless determination. These errors have turned select coins into priceless artifacts, making this quarter one of the most exciting discoveries you could find in your change or collection today. One of the most sought-after types of errors found on the New Jersey 1999 quarter is the double die. This happens when the coin's design is imprinted twice due to a slight misalignment during the minting process. If you spot doubled features, particularly in the inscriptions like United States of America, E pluribus unum, or Crossroads of the Revolution, you could be holding a rare version of the coin worth thousands. The doubling effect gives a shadow-like appearance to the lettering and can be subtle or quite dramatic, but in either case, it adds incredible value and uniqueness to the coin. Another highly desirable error is the off-center strike, where the design isn't aligned properly and appears shifted on the surface of the coin. This kind of misalignment creates a visual imbalance that makes each coin completely unique, and the more off-center it is, the more collectible and valuable it becomes. In some cases, you'll see parts of the image missing or clipped off toward the rim, a sign of a rare and valuable mistake that collectors jump at the chance to own. Then there's the die break or cut error. This is when part of the minting die cracks or breaks, leaving an unusual raised lump of metal on the coin's surface. These flaws often appear near the edge of the coin or disrupt the design in unusual ways. Far from being a defect that lowers value, a well-placed die break can increase a coin's worth dramatically because of its one-of-a-kind appearance and rarity. The appeal of these errors is enormous, and the market demand for them has exploded over the past several years. So how can you identify if your New Jersey 1999 quarter is one of these rare gems? First, get yourself a good magnifying glass or coin loupe and start by checking the fine details. Examine the inscriptions carefully for any doubling, look especially closely at the date and the words around the rim. Next, look at the positioning of the design. If anything seems off-center or not aligned properly with the rim, that could be a huge clue. And finally, watch for any raised blobs or strange metal shapes near the edges, as these might be die breaks indicating a rare mint error. Every tiny detail could mean the difference between a regular coin and a once-in-a-lifetime find. The demand for rare state quarters has surged, especially for early releases like the New Jersey 1999 quarter. Collectors are eager to get their hands on high-grade examples, especially those with visible errors. Auction houses, online sales, and private transactions have seen increasing competition over these pieces, with some truly jaw-dropping sales making headlines and stirring excitement in the numismatic world. The thrill of finding one of these coins is matched only by the reward it can bring, both financially and historically. And now for the most exciting part of this journey. One incredibly rare New Jersey 1999 quarter, featuring a well-defined double die and partial off-center strike, was recently verified by top experts and sold in a private numismatic auction for an unbelievable $100,000. Yes, you heard that right, $100,000 for a single state quarter. That's the power of rarity, condition, and collector passion all coming together in one small piece of history, so take this as your sign to start checking your coins. That New Jersey quarter tucked away in a drawer or sitting in your piggy bank could be far more than just 25 cents. It could be a valuable piece of American heritage, a numismatic marvel, and possibly your ticket to a six-figure payday. Go ahead, dig into your collections, search through your change, and let the treasure hunt begin. Last unique coin, dive deep into the beauty, history, and hidden value of the United States of America $quarter Florida 2004, a state quarter that many people overlook, but which could be hiding a fortune in plain sight. The Florida quarter, released in 2004 as part of the widely celebrated 50 State Quarters program, represents the Sunshine State's deep ties to exploration, space travel, and natural beauty. The reverse side of the coin features a bold design, a Spanish galleon sailing across the open seas, symbolizing Florida's discovery and maritime history, a space shuttle launching into the sky, celebrating Kennedy Space Center and NASA's incredible legacy, and a palm tree gently swaying, reflecting Florida's warm climate and lush scenery. It's a stunning tribute to the past, present, and future, all captured in one small but powerful piece of metal. But as incredible as the design is, what makes the Florida 2004 quarter a true gem in the eyes of collectors are the rare and valuable mint errors that have been discovered on select versions of this coin. While millions were struck and put into circulation, only a small number left the U.S. Mint with unique imperfections that now command serious attention and serious cash in the numismatic market. These are not just coins, they are collectibles, and in some cases, genuine treasures. One of the most valuable errors found on the Florida 2004 quarter is the double die error. This happens when the coin design is struck more than once, but slightly misaligned, causing parts of the design or text to appear doubled. On the Florida quarter, this can occur in the lettering. Look closely at United States of America, Florida, or even the space shuttle's flame trails for signs of doubling. These doubled elements create a ghost-like shadow effect and, when clear and visible, are considered rare and incredibly valuable by experts and collectors alike. Another major error to look out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a design that's shifted to one side, leaving part of the coin blank. The more dramatic the shift, the rarer the coin becomes. In the Florida quarter, off-center strikes can cause parts of the ship or shuttle to be missing or incomplete, a sure sign of a minting mishap and a major opportunity for collectors. But it doesn't stop there. Some Florida quarters have shown evidence of clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin's edge appears to have been cut or bitten off due to a mistake during the blank cutting process. Others have displayed die cracks and cut errors, where raised lumps of metal appear on the coin due to a fractured die. These unique and unintentional features turn each coin into a one-of-a-kind artifact, making them the center of attention in collections and auctions around the world. So, how can you tell if your Florida 2004 quarter is one of these rare and valuable finds? Start by using a good magnifying glass or coin loupe and inspect every detail. Focus on the text, check for shadowed or doubled letters. Examine the alignment of the design and borders. If the artwork is too far off one side or missing details, that's a strong sign of an off-center strike. Inspect the edge and surface carefully. Do you see unusual bumps, raised metal, or strange indentations? Any of these features could signal that your coin is far from ordinary and could be worth far more than face value. The excitement around Florida state quarters with errors has only grown in recent years. Collectors are actively searching for them, and values have climbed significantly due to increased demand and limited supply. These aren't coins that sit idle in old albums. They are being traded, auctioned, and appraised in both online and in-person numismatic circles. The buzz is real, and the Florida 2004 quarter is right in the center of it. In fact, one exceptional Florida quarter with a prominent double die error and a visible off-center strike stunned the collecting world after it sold for an astonishing $80,000 in a private sale. That's right, $80,000 for one single quarter that most people would spend without a second thought. It's the kind of discovery that changes everything for the lucky finder, and it's exactly why we encourage everyone to take a closer look at the coins they already have. So now it's your turn. Go check your coin jars, your wallets, your drawers, and anywhere else you might have spare change sitting around. You could be holding one of the rarest and most valuable state quarters ever made. And if you think you found something special, or if you just want help figuring out what to look for, drop a comment below and join the conversation. This community is full of passionate collectors who love to share their knowledge and discoveries, and if you love learning about rare coins, valuable errors, and the hidden treasures that could be sitting in your pocket right now, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on another exciting coin discovery. You never know, your next find might just be the Florida quarter that's worth $80,000.